This is Norman Corwin. There have been writers who have caught the spirit and humor of the Irish of Ireland, but they were mostly Irishmen. Then came Ray Bradbury out of Illinois, a man as American as Washington's birthday, who nevertheless has a warm and loving and highly articulate regard for the people of that green isle. Mr. Bradbury has expressed this feeling many times, notably in his stage play, The Anthem Sprinters, and again in a short story entitled The Great Conflagration Up at the Place. I persuaded friend Bradbury to adapt this story by his own hand for the second of his new radio series, and he did just that. I had the pleasure of directing it, and the added good fortune to engage a cast starring William Shallett as Timothy, who describes himself as a mob of one, Gary Wahlberg as Heber Finn, who runs the best pub in town, and Ben Wright as Kilgotten, his lordship, up at the place. So now, Ray Bradbury's The Great Conflagration Up at the Place.
None of that. Try again. That's more like it. What's that, you ask? Ireland and the Irish. Listen to the marks. Now, hark to the weather. What a mystery we are. Our weather is a mist inside of a fog, inside of a rain. Our people, a congregation tucked in a crowd, hid in a mob. You're talking to one of them now. A mob of one named Timothy. Shall I take the Irish apart like a Galway tomb and show you the bones? Shall I explain the mystery of how we fix it to rain 29 hours out of 24? Well, here goes. First, let's change the rain to snow. There. It's the time of the great troubles. Yells in the streets, shouts in the churches, fisticuffs in the theatre prosceniums, shots fired, dear blood spilled the English in shocks and panics, old gentry Irish homes burning, and revolutionaries on the road. Here comes a pack now, trudging in the snow, 7 or 8 men, full of ale or stout or whiskey, or worse, politics, on their way from Heber Finn's pub to no damn good, out to destroy the world, or one country estate, whichever comes first.
Are we almost there, Timothy?
Almost.
We should have brought our damn bikes.
In snow like this, you idiot.
Catch on. By the time we arrive, my fever to destroy will be over.
Halt, halt.
What do you mean, halt?
We're there. That's the place.
Oh, what do you mean, that's the place? We've seen it all our lives.
Sure. But with the troubles eating us, don't the estate, the big house, look different? Like a grand toy lying in the softly falling petals of snow at dusk.
Oh, shut up. Shut up. How did you bring the matches?
Reardon's got 'em.
I have not.
Well, Kelly has 'em.
Not me.
Oh, good grief. We come in a grand rebellious mood to win a war and burn a house, and no one's brought the matches.
What the hell? They'll have matches inside. We'll borrow a few. Come on, we'll...
Oh, that's it, Nolan, that's it. Fall in the snow. Years from now in the pub, we'll tell of the great conflagration up at the place. But what we'll be truly remembering is Nolan falling on his ass in the snow.
That's me.
Get along. Here we are. The front door indeed. Now what do we do next?
Destroy it?
You're so dumb you're hideous. First, are we all here? Nolan.
Aye.
Murphy.
Yes.
Finn.
Here.
Reardon.
Right here.
Kelly.
Hey,
Myself. Right.
the Grand Army.
That's true.
So, now for the blueprints, the plan.
Blueprints, plans. Let's just tear the damn place down.
I'm right to that.
Give us the plan, Timothy.
Well, let's go rap on the door and ask permission.
Permission? I'd hate to have you run in hell. The lost souls would never get fried.
But he's right. That's Timothy. He's right.
Gentlemen?
It's himself.
Good evening, your lordship.
Good evening.
I say, would you mind keeping your voices down? The lady of the house is sleeping before we drive to Dublin for the evening.
Beg pardon, your lordship.
We will keep our voices down, yes.
How kind of you. Good evening, gentlemen.
He's gone back in.
Beg pardon, your lordship. We'll keep our voices down, your lordship. What kind of dumb gab is that? Why didn't someone catch the door while he was still there?
We was took by surprise, that's why. Him coming on us like that. After all, we weren't doing anything out here, were we?
Seeing as how we left the matches home, no. But do you notice his lordship has come and gone from our felt clutches?
Not so loud.
Loud.
Tell you what. Let's just sneak up on his door.
Sneak up, yes. He knows we're here now. We were just...
I say, what are you gentlemen doing out there?
Well, it's this way, your lordship.
We come...
To burn the place.
Yes.
To burn the place.
Yes, to burn.
Burn, yes.
Well, in that case, well, you'd best come in.
I'd love to.
Wait. We'll come in when we're good and ready.
Very well. I shall leave the door ajar, and when you've decided the time, enter. I shall be in the library.
When we're ready? Good grief, when will we ever be readier? Gangway, Finn. Come on, man.
go.
Sure, what the hell?
Here goes.
Scrape your shoes, please.
We'll get the... There we go.
Nolan, in the back of your shoes, don't get straight off that. God, you're getting it all in the rug, you fool.
I don't suppose any of you might need a drink of whiskey.
Would we like a bit of
And in we went, the Grand Army, led by this fragile little old lord of a man, his face the face of an old, sad, quiet hound that has killed its share of foxes, but now has grown quiet and set himself to the drink. In we went, I say, and his lordship poured drinks all around.
There we are.
Thank you, sir.
And
Oh, that's lovely, sir. Thank you.
there.
Your sweet reason itself.
Gentlemen, drink.
We decline.
Decline?
This is a sober thing we are doing, and we must be sober for it.
Men, who do we listen to? Finn here, or his lordship?
Hell, his lordship.
Yes, lordship.
Ah, look, Finn. See the courage that shows in a red colour in their faces immediately the drink is in the sink.
Well, I suppose I must catch up.
That's the boyo. That's the boyo.
Is that not a fine, soft whiskey?
It's tops, Your Honour. Oh,
Your Honour, that is, you've heard of the Troubles?
our own very great civil strifes and rebellions.
Yes. Let us speak of it. I know you all. You have worked for me, and I think I have paid you rather well on occasion.
Oh, yes, sir.
That's true, Your Honour.
Sir, your lordship, the old order changeth.
Uh-huh.
We have heard of the great houses out near Tara and the great manors beyond Kilishandra going up in flames to celebrate the freedom and all
Whose freedom? Mine? From the burden of caring for this house, which my wife and I rattle around in like dice in a cup?
Oh, no.
Well, I suppose you've got to get on. Sir, when would you like to burn this place of mine?
Well, sir...
now.
Oh, dear.
Of course, if it's inconvenient, we could,
come back later.
Later? What kind of talk is that?
Sir, Do you speak for these men?
I run the local pub. I speak for everybody.
He does.
Heber Finn's the name.
Mr. Finn, please, excuse me. Let me explain. Lady Kilgarten is asleep now. We have guests coming to take us into Dublin for the opening of a new play by Singh.
Oh, that's a damn fine writer. I saw one of his plays last year.
Did you now? How does he compare to...
Me bum standoff.
We have dinner planned back here at midnight for 10 people. Now, I don't suppose that you could give us until tomorrow night to get ready for your conflagration?
No.
Well, no, come on.
Finn, burning's one thing. Tickets is another.
Right.
What a dire waste not to see the play, and by John Millington Sing on top of it.
He's right.
All that food set up, a sin not to eat it.
Indeed.
All their guests coming, hard to notify and warn them off.
Exactly. Exactly. I couldn't have said it better.
Oh, saints save me sanity. But you don't put off burnings. You don't reschedule them like strawberry tart tea parties, damn it. You do them.
You do if you remember to bring the matches.
Oh. Your Honor, would you give me the loan of a box of just plain kitchen matches?
Before you strike, Finn, let's take a vote.
Right.
I'd like to express myself.
Another drink, gentlemen?
Well, I'll have just a wee bit on the top.
Oh, hell, I see the vote counted already. Tomorrow night will do for the burning, damn it.
Well, bless you. Tomorrow night, then. There'll be cold cuts laid out in the kitchen. You shall probably be hungry, for it will be heavy work.
Heavy work, striking one match, lighting a fuse in your house.
Well, come along, gentlemen.
We're coming.
Now, do you see this picture of a cavalier on the wall?
We're looking at it.
This portrait is by Van Dyck. It's a very old, very fine, very important, and very expensive. It is, gentlemen, a national art treasure.
Let me see. God, it's fine work.
The flesh itself.
Notice the way his little eyes seem to follow you.
Oh, sweet Jesus, that canny.
Makes your flesh crawl.
Makes me socks roll down my shins.
Do you realize that this treasure, which does not truly belong to you, nor to me, but to all the Irish people as precious heritage, this picture will be burned and lost forever tomorrow night?
We never thought about that.
We can't have that.
Why, we'll move it out of the house first.
Hold on.
Oh, thanks, but then where would you put it? Out in the weather, it would soon rot. No. Perhaps it is best if it burns quickly.
No, there'll be none of that. I'll cart it home myself.
Why didn't rupture yourself in the bargain?
It is a bit
And,
heavy.
gentlemen, when the great strife is over, you will then deliver into the hands of the new government this precious gift of art and beauty from the past.
Every single one of those things we'll do.
Right.
How much does the monster weigh?
Oh, I would imagine 70 to 100 pounds.
And how in the hell do we get in Timothy's house?
Me and Reardon will carry the damn treasure.
You clod, you haven't worked in 200 years.
Now, moving along, gentlemen, here we now... here it says, is indeed a treasure.
Good grief. Some naked ladies.
They are that. How did put out your eyes?
See, there, no, that's better than sunset.
Two nude paintings by Renoir.
That's the French gentleman who made them, if you'll excuse the expression.
They look French, all right. For sure, Renoir.
Are these our treasures too, sir?
If they're not, I never saw a treasure.
You'll be wanting these naked ladies saved too, Your Honor.
Oh, yes.
Well, sir, I would like to volunteer my home for the two French ladies.
You're a saint to want to take that home.
Devil's more like it.
And now, step over here, gentlemen. Here, this large landscape.
It must weigh a ton.
Look, and 17 feet wide and 2 miles tall. And what's that? Sorts of monster beast men cavorting about, treading fruit and squeezing summer melon women.
Stand away.
Standing right in front of us.
What's the brass plate read? Twilight of the Gods.
Twilight, hell. It looks more like the start of a grand afternoon.
It does,
Volunteers, me and Finn will carry the demon gods and the bare-ass ladies off to my place. Right, Finn?
Right.
You would. And so it went along the hall, until at last we came to a dreadful painting of a man on the wall of a dim alcove.
Gentlemen, portrait of myself. Yes, painted by my wife, her ladyship. Would you leave it hanging right there, please?
You mean you wanted to go up in the great fire?
Shut up, will you, Nolan? Next picture.
Yes, the next.
Next.
That is the lot, gentlemen. Of course, if you really want to save extra treasures to be handed over to the National Museum, there are a dozen exquisite Ming vases.
As good as collected.
The Persian carpet on the landing.
Saved by me.
And that splendid crystal chandelier in the main dining room.
The tears of the Virgin they are. I'll hide them in me potato cellar.
Well, then, perhaps you'd better start,
Start?
What
exactly do you mean?
The work, the job.
Job?
Work? Well, you do indeed have a largish task, preserving the national treasures.
We do.
Well, we do. I see that.
Well, I shall be upstairs having a small nap before dinner. The house is yours, gentlemen. Fall to your task with ready hands and a good heart.
But,
And you call me if you need any help.
we need a new set of broken backs and some rupture supporters is what we need. Ready hands, good heart. Has it crossed anyone's mind that if we had brought the matches, all this long night's toil and sweat would not lie ahead of us now?
Divil you, Finn, where's your taste for the aesthetics of this?
Aesthetics, is it? 17 tons of carpet, 29 tons of paintings, and 2 tons of crystal chandelier to be toted and hauled and maneuvered between now and daylight? Okay, Timothy. You on this end. Nolan, you on that. Grab hold of the twilight of the gods. 1, 2, heave!
From 7 until 10, the paintings walked out in ones and twos. There went Nolan and Murphy, hauling the grand bacchanal of the gods off into the bogs toward town. There in the snow were the footprints of Reardon, heading home with his naked lady paintings, drunk with happy laughter. But wait, I'm ahead of the story. It all ends in disaster. What happened to Kelly, for instance, on his way home to protect his national art treasure?
Here we go, me dear Cavalier. Come on, you're a heavy one, you are. Let's shift hands and change shoulders. I go now. Oh, graceful mercies. Oh, me back. Oh, God, it's sprung. I'm ruined. There went me spine like a man hitting a harp with a hatchet. Oh, God. No. Drop it, man. Drop it. Lie there. Lie there, you foul canvas with mud on your face. So much for you, Mr. Painter Van Dyke. Now you get behind me. Come on, Kelly, old man. I'll drag myself back to the Lord's house and beg for mercy. Or a drink. Well, a drink at the least.
So much for Kelly. Well now, what of Nolan and Murphy, afoot by night, and a huge 9-foot painting of wild gods and summer night ladies panting along with them? Well...
this way on the path, man.
No, this, are you blind? You hold up your end.
Hold up yours.
I have you, slut. You stop blundering.
Stop slipping. Grab hold.
He's blind I am with no moon. A branch just poked me in the eye. Nolan.
Help.
What do you mean, help?
I'm sinking. I'm in...
The bog?
The bog. Help. The bog.
The painting's too heavy.
I'm too heavy. Help.
Help yourself. I'm sinking too.
Let go of the damned gods and goddesses.
What?
Drop the damn painting. Heave it over some...
It's worth thousands of pounds.
It weighs thousands of pounds. I'm going down for the 3rd time.
Leap free.
I'm leaping.
What do we do now?
The twilight of the gods. It's sinking.
The poor thing. You'll never get around to them ripe summer melon ladies now.
Oh, stop philosophizing. Oh, back to the big house for help.
Wouldn't you know, in the midst of it all, the snow stops and the thunder and rain fall in. So there goes Kelly with his ruptured spinal cord, and here comes Nolan and Murphy, fleeing the gods and the goddesses in bog water up to their ass. What of Reardon, sprinting off home with those two Renraw nude ladies under his hugging arms?
Let us in, will you, wife? Get!
How many of you drunken sots are there?
There's 3 of us. 1 drunk, 2 sober, 1 ugly as sin, 2 as lovely as saints in a shrine.
Oh, I got to see this.
Here we are, the darlings and me.
I see only you. Where are all the saints?
Here. And bless me eyes. Here.
Oh, what's that?
You may well ask. Eternal summer. Forever spring.
Them's women.
How'd you notice?
And they're raw day of their birth naked.
Well? Don't just stand there, woman. Oh, God, is there any silence like a woman's silence when she's manufacturing a lightning bolt to strike it dumb with? Speak, wife. Let it out.
Those women are as raw naked as the inside of a clam at low tide.
No, these are studies of natural physique by a famous French artist.
I bet he's French. I bet he's famous. Skirts half up to your bum, French. Dress half down to your navel, French. Would you yank the crucifix off the wall and nail them dire pictures there?
Well, now that you mention it, that wall there...
Out!
Now.
Is that what you'd have our young boys look at last thing at night or first in the morning?
It wouldn't...
Out!
Can't I...
Out!
Is that your last word?
I'll take the booms and bosoms with you. Out!
Out it is!
So much for Reardon. As for me and my great cry of crystal, my great drenching cluster of lovely chandelier, well, it slipped. Now you can see how the afflictions ran to ruin, can't you? We were the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse plus 3. Doom, disaster, and defenestration. By 3 in the morning, Lord and Lady Kilgotten were long since home from the Dublin Theatre, long since fed and in bed. But apparently his lordship could not sleep, so he rose to sit in a library, staring at the empty walls, sipping his brandy when...
I say, who's there?
That's me.
Oh, is it time for me and her ladyship to go?
You're going nowhere, Your Honour. It's your friends is coming back.
Friends?
You're painting, sir. Come along to the door with me. Take a look out there, your lordship. What do you see?
Why, who are those men out there?
It's the Grand Army of the Irish Rebellion, sir. It's Napoleon's rain-drenched, dog-eared, foot-weary, demoralized men, sir. Their hands full of oil painting, sir. Look at them, with pictures leaned against their legs, pictures on their backs, pictures stood upright and held by their trembling hands.
Welcome back, gentlemen.
Thank you. See, sir. Considered in all its aspects.
Your Honour, you being such a fine gent, we've decided...
We will not burn your house.
Well said.
We will not burn your house.
But we're all packed. I mean, we're prepared.
Oh, you're taking the whole thing too lightly, begging your pardon, Your Honour.
Yes, easy for you is not easy for us. Me back is sprung.
The twilight gods are in the bog, half sunk.
My wife kicked me out with my naked Renrose. She's writing to the Pope.
How do you say that?
And your chandelier is a fall of real tears on your floor.
Not only
Wait till you hear.
You know, the customers in me pub, they laughed when I lugged in that painting of the Queen.
Oh, dear, I'm sorry to hear this. Sorry indeed to hear all this. Come in, gentlemen, come in.
We're in.
Your Honor, if we may, to moist the parched tongue.
Oh, by all means.
You see, Your Honor, the more we walked, the deeper we sank in the bog.
And so you left the picture in the bog?
Yes.
Perhaps you could send 4 men to retrieve the picture.
Consider it done when we finish our drink.
And we must get a doctor for your back, Mr.
Kelly, thanks a lot, your lordship.
And I shall speak to your wife about the Renoir news, Mr.
Reardon, sir. All thanks if you would do that. Here are the 2 paintings, back safe and twice as naked.
They do seem to be undressed, don't they?
Well, that's the sum total and substance of this long disaster and prolonged nightmare, Your Honor. We have fought a good war against the snow, rain, and wind, and the bad weather of wives and mother-in-law, and we have lost.
So, will you take the paintings back?
I will.
Here they come, there they go.
And so, in out of the rain and snow flowed a tide of animals and angels, nudes that flamed and smoked in our hands, the national treasures. And along about 5 in the morning, the whole mob brought the twilight of the gods back out of the bog and renamed it.
Sunrise for the deities, men! Sunrise!
Gentlemen.
Yes, Your Honor.
Is that a portrait of myself in the corridor?
The one painted by your good wife, sir?
The ugly picture?
That one, yes. Would one of you very quietly steal that portrait off the wall and take it out in the woods and burn it?
It's done. Here I go out to the burning.
Don't burn your fingers. Good old Finn.
Now, gentlemen, suppose we celebrate the safe return of the national treasure.
We stood there in the great library with the pictures all about returned, and drinks in our paws, and Lord Kilgotten blinking gently around at the walls, and our small rebellion over and lost, and us feeling warm with the drinks in our mouths, and a final toast at hand.
Well, gentlemen, now, what shall we drink to?
Why,
To his lordship, of course.
Of course, his lordship, what a good toast.
Why, what's this? I think I have... Yes, to me, tears in my eyes. No, gentlemen, no, not to me. To Ireland. To our Ireland.
To Ireland. I'll drink to Ireland.
To Ireland.
Mr. Finn,
Yes, it's me.
you're back.
What brings you back?
This ugly painting here.
Well, what is it, Finn?
Well, does anyone have a match?
The Great Conflagration Up at the Place. A radio adaptation by Ray Bradbury of his own short story, directed by Norman Corwin, and starring William Shallert as Timothy, Gary Wahlberg as Finn, Ben Wright as Lord Kilgotten. Others featured in this evening's performance were Bob Ball, Steve Franken, Alan Bergman, Virginia Gregg, and Byron Kane. David J. Holman was recording and mixdown engineer. Assistant director, Don Hills. This has been a Jackie Segerman production.